a cataclysmic crash on the markets yesterday. Bitcoin gearing up for another gut punch, a kick to the nads. Are we ready for this? We got some of the best in the business.
Shit.
Holy shit.
Off rip, Elevator Man with the 10 gifted blockchain basement memberships.
What a
very
guy.
much appreciated. What a G.
Dude. Okay, you know what? I felt so aggravated about everything coming into this, and you just made a smile happen on the inside. You made my soul smile with that Elevator Man. Shout out to you. We got some crazy news on the hyena rolling out her unrealized gains tax. They're leaning into this, and they plan to tax you literally into oblivion. We're going to hear how they're going to do it. And also some pretty bearish news coming out for some altcoins, but also some of my faves coming out with that glimmer of hope that we all need as we're heading into this election season, the selection process. It is a very serious situation. And you know what is another serious situation is taking control of your crypto assets. You can do that by clicking a link down in the description. Use code BASE10, get 10% off one of these crypto cold storage wallets from Arculus. These use 3-factor authentication, and they are very easy to use. So for the love of God, become your own bake. Take control of your assets before the time frame is gone and control is completely in the hands of these nefarious overlords. Hudson, okay? Kind of doubt it. Honestly, kind of doubt it. I really think that Hudson may never recover. Let's check out the reviews real quick. Drew, get that joker off your show. This is what is wrong with our country. That type of attitude. No conviction from Keith Rust. This dude on the couch is a clown. You have awful clueless takes. Joy was a narrative that was centered around the Nazi regime. Make you feel so happy and comfortable. Meanwhile, they control you and prep you for war. Very sad, sir. Another one. Drew, get your testosterone checked, Hudson. This is from Chicken Biscuit 36. Very nice. Don't bring this guy back on the show. Wasted time, no valuable info, and that accumulator. Huge chat. I love that accumulator. Very based individual. And we and him have seen eye to eye for quite some time. He was that accumulator was a little worried about me for just I still like RFK. I'd like RFK for the dead set focus on cleaning up the food supply and fighting the medical industrial complex that looks to enslave and kill us all. So shout out to that. Now, here's something I'm dealing with. Everyone's, well, first, I got to get to these first tabs. Here's my Twitter account, @DruthCrypto. We're getting near 3,000. Shout out. Here's @Blockchain Basement on YouTube, 60,000 subs right now, near 61. But here's the problem, folks. This is why I need your support more than ever, and I'll show you why. And here's the main supporters: Marin Lawrence, Black Site member; Crypto Man Sam, Dublin, good to meet you when you came into the office; Emilio Gomez, this is the Bitcoin way; Seth Shepard, Matthew King, Shake and Bake. We got Just Jim, the Elevator Man. Oh God, yes. Nick, Thumbnail Investor, Ziggy XX, 2Pump Crypto Chump, and Nicole Ministator down there. These are the Black Site members. These are the foundations of this channel. These are the people that are making sure actively to contribute to the show on a foundational level, because the stuff that I'm about to tell you, especially on this show and moving forward into our other membership streams, are absolutely going to get this channel buried, and I can't not bring you guys the truth. I can't stop bringing you guys the truth, and I can already see that they don't like me on the algorithm side. Check this out. Go to YouTube, and you're just raw dogging it. You're incognito mode. You type in blockchain, and it used to be you type in block C, and then you would have blockchain, yada yada, but blockchain basement would come up like third or fourth in the results. Now you type in the full word blockchain, nothing. You type in B, nothing. A, nothing. S, nothing. E, nothing. You have to basically spell out the entire word of blockchain basement to find us on YouTube. This is how I know that we are being buried under the algorithm within YouTube. And I understand there's a lot of people out in the UK or Australia, they don't have access to all those other places where we also stream. We're streaming on Rumble. That is where you can let her rip in the comment section and we won't get flagged. But it is absolutely happening to this channel, and I need your guys' support more than ever. I felt very, very, very aggravated over the past few months as I felt the shadow ban come down on us. Kind of weird. I got a couple emails from YouTube this morning saying that they're going to stop taking the visibility away from past live streams that they had flagged and deemed unsuitable community guideline standards. Very scary for people to hear about my opinion, right? Because I'm such a terrible person. And you know, it looks like they might be listening to the sentiment that Zuckerberg laid out yesterday. Zuckerberg knows that the sentiment on the human scale is shifted, but it might be a little bit too late. It might be a little bit too late. They've already silenced my voice and many others for years on end, leading into the situation we're heading into right now. So not looking great, honestly, you guys. I need your guys' support more than ever. We are in basically overtime. We're down by 10 points, and we need people to wake up very, very badly. So on the crypto markets, let's check it out on 2bit here. We're not looking so strong on the Bitcoin price action, are we? We flushed out. We were looking at liquidations yesterday. Where is this on? Yeah, so we were looking at this heat map yesterday. I saw a pretty scary amount of liquidity to grab at $57,000. And by golly, boy, howdy, did we get that. Let's go to the 1 hour just to show this more specifically. This is the cataclysmic fall that we have been experiencing over the last day. About 5 p.m. yesterday, this thing just fell like a freaking rock off a cliff. So I want to pull up one of the best in the biz, one of the finest members. Oh, and shout out to Captain Gary 88 for upgrading to the black site. Dude, thank you so much. Like, I try not to get so pissed, but I'm showing you guys the proof. They are trying to hide us forever, and I'm never gonna stop. But what we have here in YouTube is an ability to 1000x my opinion out to a bunch of other people to get them in the know before things get too bad, and literally there is no escape other than a ghillie suit in a 30-6. I'm trying to stop the situation before it gets there. Where's Piano Matty B? Let's bring up Piano Matty B and figure out what the hell to expect in this Bitcoin price action, though. Piano Matty B, so wonderful to have you on the show today, my brother. I know I'm talking a lot of nutsness, but I'm never going to stop. But how have you been feeling? I know you probably are feeling pretty good because you've been looking at these levels on the Bitcoin price action for quite some time. We got some pain.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm enjoying my unrealized happiness and my unrealized gratitude of being down here in the basement with y'all.
Yeah,
can't complain. You know, I often do, but I can't complain. And I was, when I was listening to your monologue, I had a flash of an unbelievable idea. We're gonna have to talk later.
Okay.
Maybe on your drive home or something, we'll do a Twitter call, but I'll remind you. It's epic.
Okay. I love it, man. I'm here for it. What you got on the Bitcoin price? Are we going to die? Are we going to zero? Are we going to 43K?
Listen, the long and short of it is that we are just running the cycle. But the reason why it feels like everyone's so impatient is that we have more people in the know this time. Everyone, in the chat right now and everyone in on my channel, we're just slightly more sophisticated than we were the first time around. It's like, when you watch a movie for the first time, you don't know what's coming, you're excited, and then all of a sudden it's over. Yeah. Now we're watching it again and we're like, I know this coming, that this part's coming up. When is it coming up? When is it coming up? And it's not, right? But it really is the same amount of a time we've been in it. So there's nothing to worry about. But I do have something.
So I'm not going to flip the table over yet then. Okay. I'm not, maybe the thumbnail was a little bit over the top. Okay. It's just,
there's no need to flip it. We are just coasting perfectly. I'll show you one thing though.
I want to know your opinion. You've been spot on, dude. And the fibs, I use liquidation levels too, but the fibs have been very, very true and tried. Give it to me straight.
Put on your safety belt and your hard helmet. Maybe some knee pads and elbow pads. But this is going to be painless. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't. We don't care. We're in here for the long haul. But anyway, listen. Over on the daily chart, we have dipped down back into the loving right shoulder of old Mr. Clean's head and shoulders pattern. And this pattern has a price probability play out of way down. 43K. Egads. And it looks like the MACD is about to cross bearish again. And the last time she crossed bearish on July 31st, we saw 25% drawdown to 49K. And the time before that, on June 8th, we also saw 25% drawdown to 53K. So and I say if we were to see another 25% drawdown, like the past two bearish crosses, that would take price down to egods 43K, the same level our head and shoulders pattern plays out to, giving us double word bearish score at that level. What's so funny, gal? What's so funny?
Jesus, that is
43K.
That is absolutely.
Is it though? Back up the truck.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm in a situation, and this is also something I'm going to be bringing up to the chat. Is like, I did take a bunch of profits in March and the prices have reset, but I guess I'm feeling the pain of a lot of people that have round tripped that process and they saw the altcoins reset in price action. Something interesting I did notice though, for altcoins, this is actually going to be kind of bullish, is altcoins like Chainlink, which is my main bag, died much less than they have in the past few months when Bitcoin has had these massive price rejections and turn downs. Now, if we do go to 43K, there's probably some serious pain in store for my faves, Chainlink, Ondo, yada, yada, yada. But it does it would be ugly. You know, it'd probably bring, you know, Chainlink back to like the $8-7 range. But it does give that opportunity to stack those bags larger before November comes, because I'm still
for sure. What a gift.
Yeah, that is the silver lining here. And, you know, it does make me happy to see another chance to grab larger bags before, you know, 2025 comes. And I largely still feel very bullish about that time frame and getting to November. Getting past the Fed meeting, up or down, yada, yada, is probably just going to be... What is your opinion on September? Because what I'm looking at is just extreme chop in September. Like, I'm not expecting any clear confluence on the markets, but what do you expect to happen?
I just follow the cycle, and you know, it's our own impatience that kind of wants the cycle to stop, continue, speed up, or slow down. But as far as I'm concerned, we're just coasting along, business as usual, and nothing's really going to change. Even with that with the rate, when they kill the rates a bit, I have a feeling we'll have a knee jerk up and a last little kick down. This is just the way the market works. The market doesn't want any of us to enjoy this bull run, so it's going to try to scare whatever it can out. That's just what markets do. Yep. So I put your seatbelts on, get a good book, start eating steak every day, work out, and then wait for October. Really, absolutely, is all you can do.
Absolutely. You know, and that's something very important to keep in mind. You know, it's something that I kind of use the metaphor. It's like we're barnacles on the ship of these whales now, and we're doing everything we can to hold on to the ship before, you know, that thing sets sail and just takes off. It's going to leave as many middle class and lower class behind as possible, I feel like. So, you know, that's its goal. That is its goal. I'm really feeling that. Now, other than all of this, you know, I have some stories on kind of the jabs and how they're making it into our food supply today. What kind of diet movements are you making just in light of all this information that's breaking, it's being verified? Like, are you still willing to get food from any grocery store at this point? Like, because you got a great boy, you got a great heart, you got a great family. How are you taking care of him food wise? Like, are you still going to be buying from grocery stores, or what's the plan there?
Well, unfortunately, up here, it does get a little more difficult to go farm fresh. The market doesn't really uphold it. You can do it, but the supply isn't like the States where you can be like every week a new farmer. There's really like 2 farmers, and when they're out, they're out. But for the past 7 months, I've been on the carnivore diet, and I've just been teaching my son like every day. My son eats like a prince. You know, like lunch is a ribeye. Dinner's usually ribeye. If mom's home, it's something else, whatever. But when he eats with me, it's just steak. He has no idea how valuable and the nutrients he's getting in there now is something going into that steak before we get it.
Absolutely.
Jeez, how dark would that be?
Yeah, it's kind of scary right now, and I commend you for taking care of him in the most based way possible. Kids are our future, man.
That's what we're doing here.
That is.
That's what we're doing here. Buy Bitcoin, eat steak, right? Protect
That's
the
right.
kids. That's it.
That is right. That is the goal. Well, I'm really glad you bring some light to what to expect, and just to be prepared for. Maybe we don't get those lower levels, but it is great to have that information in the forefront of my mind as we head into the next few months here. We're trying to get close to November and hold on to our bags. This is what HODL means. Hold on for dear life. And it
That's right.
has a whole new meaning these days. So Piano Matty B, absolutely love your information here. And for anyone that doesn't know, where can they find your TA and where can they keep up with all of your market analysis so they don't miss a beat from you?
Every morning at 8 a.m. CMT, which would be 9 o'clock Eastern and 6 o'clock Pacific, I guess, I go live at 8 o'clock and I do my technical analysis, my probabilities of where the market is going to the best of my ability. And we have a little chat about everything from the carnivore diet to music to obviously Bitcoin. And this Friday, you're coming on my show as well. Is that right?
You're darn right, brother. I'm looking forward to it.
Perfect.
That's a good way to start a Friday with a little cup of coffee and talking to you about what to expect over the weekend, man. There's some volatile times.
Perfect.
So definitely recommend not missing that 9 a.m. My time, Eastern Standard Time on Piano Matty B's show. I'll be retweeting it as well. And I'm looking forward to it, brother. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, brother. I'll see you soon. Oh my God. I love Matty B. He's so calming.
So based. So
He
based.
calms me down. He really does. Like I feel,
And I
this
think
is
I got
this is
the-
how I'm feeling. I wore the party shirt today. I was feeling the very partyistic, like we're in that end zone game, and I feel like basically I just need to get everyone in the know on arms and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
he does bring a calm sense to it, and he's got that Canadian Fargo accent. That's where my family's from, Fargo.
Yeah.
They go to the Palmyra.
I got
That's
the
what
quote
they
of the
do.
year.
So shout out to
Buy
Piano Matty
Bitcoin,
B.
eat steak.
Now on our favorite alts, I'm going to be looking at our favorite alts, but I am looking for, I'm going to be very careful of this, but I'm going to be looking for scalp longs and maybe to put in I might schlong it. I might long and short it at the same time. Schlong it. It's kind of what I might schlong this thing right now. So if you support the channel, and you are out there looking to ride some lightning, click the link in our description. I believe our code, it's a reference code right next to the link in our description. You can click that, get trading with me out here on either Blowfin or 2Bit. And honestly, 2Bit doing great things, but Blowfin has a claim $300 deposit bonus. And that's a huge deal for anyone that's utilizing and getting a new account on Blowfin, but also 2Bit has access to one of my favorite projects out there, you guys. I'm telling you, Flux is going to be an absolute monster this market. It's going to be one of those sneaky AI picks to get a hold of. So it gives you access to spot and derivatives on a lot of my favorite projects. Primarily, though, it's hard to get a hold of Flux. So I really, really am appreciative of this channel partner. Appreciative of both of our channel partners there. They're very, very good. Now, and here's what Piano Matty B is talking about on the time frames. I'm still playing the Bitcoin halvings time frame, and you can see, I'll just back up so I can show you both of them. This is the first or the second halving. It took 232 days, about 231 precisely. Here's again this third halving, bam, 240, about 238 right there. Then you fall off a cliff. Right now, how long have we been after the halving? Let's just check it out real quick. Right at about 132 days. So we got maybe 90 days to stack altcoins at juicy levels before the market really, really starts to treat us nicely again. So here we got Mickey Bo Crypto talking about his parabolic rally time frames, basically looking at the same thing but from a different perspective. This is Bitcoin to the US dollar on the weekly time frames. You can see the best thing that I like about this visual is just the representation of that painful chop and essentially those consolidation zones after the halving before we get liftoff, and it's all leaning towards Q4 every single time. And this current situation, we had an ascending kind of horn pattern built up on the third halving. This is the COVID nasty dip right there, where everyone ran away, and I hammered into crypto and changed my life forever. But this time frame right here, a lot of question in the minds of crypto holders, and trying to find out if they're going to zero or to make it to new all-time highs. By God, we made it to new all-time highs, and I held on with extreme conviction in this time frame. Now we're in a descending horn, but largely the same vibes. Are we going to zero? And if you adjust for inflation, we're honestly trading in a buying power of around 45,000 per coin, if you're accounting and putting yourself in the shoes of how much your dollar bought back in this time frame. That's something very important to keep in mind. Warren Buffett sold another $981 million of shares for Bank of America, though. Looks like he's insulating more and more into cash. And it's never a good feeling to see Warren Buffett de-risking, pulling his money into cash. Warren Buffett, for anyone that doesn't know, is the largest holder of BlackRock, and he is holding more U.S. Treasuries than the Federal Reserve themselves right now. So you have to take this information pretty seriously. He kind of looks like he's closing the hatch a little bit for some pain in the markets ahead of us. Now this U.S. Gov accidentally transferred 239 mil to just what's 239 million between friends, right?
Yeah,
A mistaken 239 mil over to the Taliban. No big deal. That's our tax dollars, by the way, that they're just fat fingering and sending to one of the largest terrorist organizations on the planet. Fantastic. Really appreciate you. Now, gold share in global international reserves held by central banks exceeded the euro for the first time in history. Yellow metal now accounts for 17.6% of all worldwide reserves. And the first place invariably takes the US dollar with a 48% share. The next for gold. So we have the dollar in a very, very strong position of dominance, but gold is coming in at 17.6% of it. This is a great visual representation of where all the assets on the planet are living right now. As you can see, the problems with the yen, those mean something. Look at this thing. The yen takes up 4.7%. Now, not too terribly long ago, we had the yen carry trade problem come about, and yeah, that brought us down to $49,000 per Bitcoin in the blink of an eye. Now, they put a Band-Aid over that bullet wound. They are trying to shove the problem under the rug, but honestly, it still exists. It's not gone away. They are quantitative easing in God mode in the dark while everyone is back to normal. There is nothing normal about this current market that we're in right now, and you have to take that into account. This is why I take my crypto profits, I put it into real estate, I put it into hard iron goods, and I put it into gardens, to all of the things that my family needs to survive something like that, because the world is on the edge. And we're talking about the conversation of the fourth turning. We're talking about the conversation of a potential new 1861 moment, and the verification that we truly are in the third world championship right effing now. So this is a time frame to take very seriously. And I don't want anyone out there just thinking that the new normal is going to be a cozy experience, because we have to act aggressively to put our families and ourselves in a position of power. Now, we have some big news coming up. Nvidia earnings day. Nvidia will have a huge impact on the market today after its earnings. Makes up 7% of the SPY and 8% of the QQQ right now. It also makes up a staggering 22% of the semiconductor ETFs. You can see this full earnings breakdown at Unusual Whales. You can check it out. Nvidia, I think that they're going to meet earnings right now, but you have to keep in mind this is a speculation asset. The revenue is much lower than the valuation of the stock right now. And as it sits right now, I don't see a massive divergence that will cause a dot-com bubble, but it is the dark horse in the room that I'm sitting there watching, waiting when this thing's going to pop. And I think that the SEC investigations into that is going to take about a year, maybe 2 years. But should that thing come back heavily overvalued, it will absolutely decimate a large portion of Wall Street and crypto and all these AI projects that we love so much along with it. So for the love of God, yes, acknowledge that these altcoins that are in AI are going to pump well, but take profits. I am taking profits. 3x take profits, 5x take some more. Leave a moon bag if you must, but change your life tangibly with reasonable goals when you see those levels. Price has been dropping today. Truck down and mentioned, I wonder if he's talking about Nvidia. We may as well go check Nvidia prices right now. Nvidia market stock price. Let's see what we're looking at on this. Boy, howdy. Yeah, we're taking a little bit of a haircut today, down 2% today. That's a pretty damn big move for a stock. Year to date, still up here and chunking along. As long as this thing holds above, I think like we start to see things break. If it breaks below this level right here, let's go to the 1 year. Yeah, if it loses this level, things are going to get weird. But this does have a couple points of confluence. This is resistance, a little pull back, break through, and then support right there. So that's going to be pretty damn interesting to watch. So we're going to be watching that. Now we have this from the rabbit hole. I think Elon Musk runs this account.
Why do you say that?
Because Elon Musk constantly is putting a tweet out after this a profile puts a very similar worded tweet, but this account goes into more detail on exactly what he's talking about. It's almost like he's using this account as confluence for his larger conversations. And it's a pattern that I've noticed over the past few months, ever since this account came out. It's talking about some comments from Kathleen Maher of NPR CEO. Let's just have a listen, and then we'll dive into this and really soak it in.
I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction. I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction. Might have become a bit of a distraction.
Okay, so I think our reverence for the truth might have become a little bit of a distraction. So wait a minute, let's unpack this a little bit. We're talking about their aspirations to speak truth have gotten in the way of the important things that need to get done. Really soak that in. National Public Radio, owned by Associated Press, which obviously, as you all know, because you're high T individuals that are intelligent, AP is owned by Jorge Oros. And that man has no interest in the furthering of humanity, just to get that out of the way. NPR talking about truth is getting in the way of their initiatives and their narratives. This is so disgusting to acknowledge that they literally want to bury the reality of the situation that humanity as a whole is in, because it gets in the way of their goals. It gets in the way of what they want to accomplish. And this is why you see channels like mine being pushed under the ground, is because I cannot stop and will not stop fighting against them. They know that we're having an effect. They can see the effect that it's having on Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg realizes that there's a bunch of people that are acting like me now, and they're not being quiet anymore. They're tired of it. They've spent a decade being pushed under the ground by being silenced, and we've effing had it. I outwardly wear outfits like this. I outwardly have a 2A on me plus an extra one. You know what I mean? It's not just for self-defense, folks. This is to keep tyranny at bay. And this one and its extra friend here is just enough to get me to the longer one. And this is a time frame we have to take very seriously. They are trying to bury the truth, to destroy truth. Once conversation stops, chaos then ensues. That is something that is very true that no one wants to acknowledge, but it is the situation we're facing right now. And it gets even worse. Now we have Special Counselor Jack Smith, who's already deemed by uppers within Congress to be acting outside of American law, has now charged former President Trump in superseding indictment in his federal election subversion case. So now he refuses to listen to the people that we elected to represent us on a local and state level. No, he's just going to keep pushing for this and find a new angle to put Trump behind bars. Absolutely insane. And here's Peter Schiff bringing up something pretty damn important. Even though he's a gold bug, you know, I like Peter Schiff. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders outside of his anger about Bitcoin outpacing gold. Please stop referring to the U.S. as a democracy. We are a republic. The founding fathers feared the tyranny inherent in democracy. That's why the word democracy does not appear in any of our 3 founding documents. The Constitution guarantees a republican form of government, a constitutional republic. This is what this country is. Stop accepting this is a threat to democracy. It's not a democracy. It's a constitutional republic. It has been that way since this country was founded for a reason. Absolutely insane that they've psyoped enough of the people that are squishies. I call them squishies, the libs. They are completely psyoped into thinking that this country is a democracy. It never has been. And it should never be, because that opens up the gates for, hey, let's say 51% of the population thinks that you should go to a camp for not taking the jab, right? How many of the people in the United States fell for the jab? More than 50%. And if this was a democracy, then they would have had the ability to send you into a camp for not taking the jab. Think about that hard and long. Even the people that understand that there is a giant psyop that is likely going to end up murdering most of the U.S. population that took it. Now we've already gone past the point of return on it. But if they had the ability to be in a democracy and 51% thought that you should go to a camp for not taking it, guess what? You're going. Unless you were willing to fight and had some tea left in your body, like me, and you just look at them and say, hey, that's a deadly threat. I'm going to take that as a deadly threat, and I'm going to act accordingly. That's the ugly reality that people don't want to acknowledge. So here, Elon Musk, the fighter for freedom, for free speech, is launching a smart TV app to compete with YouTube. And I really, really, really am excited about this because X has been treating us amazing. The views go nuts on X. We get pushed out to the public very, very easily on X. And I am super excited about this rollout for smart TVs to now have an app for X and to get all of the trending, all of the new live streams coming straight to the television. Very, very bullish. Now we have this. Michigan and Wisconsin election commissions just voted 5-1 to keep RFK's name on the ballot against his will. Out of nowhere, Dems have frozen all efforts to remove RFK Jr. from the name on his ballot. However, they still want him removed from the ballot in deep blue states. Man, imagine that. This only conclusion here is that Dem officials in every state are working on doing the same thing they did in 2020. I can't say that out loud on the YouTubes there. And honestly, this guy had a great take. If that's the case, then they have to keep Biden on the bill. He's not dead, right? Biden's still out there. Dead. He was on the bill. They should have to keep Biden on the bill. That's fair. That would be fair play if they want to play this game. But they're not playing fair, nor will they. And even deeper on how unfair this thing is. This is from Dr. Jane Ruby talking about literally our food supply being at stake here, because much as you'd like to think that you're not affected if you didn't take the jab, you don't understand the larger picture and the larger game. Let me try and spell it out for you. This is your government doing this to you. It's a multi-pronged attack. They're coming for you in many different ways, whether you took it or not. We are eventually going to all be in the same boat very, very soon. She's talking about the food supply, the animals being compromised, and all of the other delivery mechanisms that have been developed in the past that are in play right now. And this is another major reason why I have 3 gardens and I still feel like I don't produce enough food, is because it is literally in the food supply. Okay, and you know what it is. I don't need to spell this out for you. It is in the food supply right now. And yeah, 5 years from now, we're going to have medical verification of this. I'm telling you, I'm shooting from the hip. I talked about flu season in 2014 coming, lockdowns coming, and there they were. Now hindsight's 2020, right? And now I'm telling you this before they verify it 4 or 5 years from now, because it is everywhere. You need to take control of your food production in a very, very serious and tangible manner. And that's why you need to join the black side, is because me and Vet are giving you all the pieces to make that actually happen. If there's a lot of people that are on the outside looking in, how am I going to do this? Join the black side. Me and Vet are your best friends if you want to take control and become a sovereign individual. Now, this is insane. Kamala Harris, economic advisor, saying he will tax unrealized gains. Let's have a listen to this conversation, see how it goes.
And sure, and all the revenue that comes in from these unrealized gains taxes and the other taxes in the Harris plan are going to go to creating what she calls more opportunity. It's to make sure that every newborn born in this country gets $6,000.
Using the services.
Well, look, you're arguing that this is some sort of foreign concept that's completely unknown in the U.S. tax code.
It's probably unconstitutional. It's probably, and it was never in anyone's intent to
It's not income.
to tax.
It's not an income tax.
And
if
it's
you're
never going to
taxing
happen,
gain.
probably. Not in, well, I'm not going to say my lifetime.
I wouldn't say that.
Not in Becky's lifetime.
See, he just blatantly and unapologetically lays out, yes, we're going to tax your unrealized gains. Not a problem. You guys are making a bunch of money. We got to fund a bunch of conflicts that your kids are going to have to fight. And we're going to need to tax you even more. I am so far beyond 1776 right now. Like, we rose up over not being represented by redcoats and for a 3% tax, right? But more so, it was the lack of representation that pushed our founding fathers over the edge. Where do we feel like we are now? Do you feel like these elected bureaucrats are representing us in any shape or form? Do we feel like we have a chance to stop this war machine from pushing our children into conflict, this destructive design of our food supply from gating our ability for our women to have children 10, 20 years from now? Like, where do you really fall on it? Do you feel like you're being represented? That is the main question. Like, where will people wake up? Where are the men of this country? Where have all the cowboys gone? That's how I feel right now. Brianna's laughing at me. I'm serious, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my God. It's just so insane. I am. Okay. So now,
Holy shit.
we have a chance electorally to actually put into place what the orange one's going to bring to the table along with RFK. Because guess what? RFK, amazing. He wants to do a lot of saving to our food supply, but the Senate has the ability to stop RFK's appointment to that position. And Republicans now are looking like they have a 72% chance of flipping the Senate. But guess what? The three-letter agency that y'all know so well and dear that probably murdered his uncle are going to dump a bunch of money of our tax dollars into this to arbitrage it. And this is also important to note that this is not available to Americans. So this is a 2024 election forecast for Republicans versus Democrats, 28% over 72%, but this will likely flip after they notice this is punching out and they have to dump a bunch of our tax dollars into it to arbitrage it on a VPN as well. Now, this guy, Dior. I'm 40 years old, wifeless, childrenless, but he's a millionaire. Unfortunately, money doesn't fill the spark in your heart that a family would. There's another comment under here. 40 years old, have a wife, have children, not a millionaire. Unfortunately, family doesn't fill that spot in your heart that money would. I think that this is a very shitty take of a response because honestly, when I go home and I get a hug from those beautiful babies and my wife is cooking some delicious homemade meal, I feel like the richest man on the planet, not a millionaire, a quadrillionaire, because I have made it. That is the entire reason why I am on this planet, is to build a big, beautiful family and to give them the right heads on their shoulder to be positive contributors to a society, to be sovereign, to push forward the ideals of our founding fathers, and to save this country from spiraling down a death trap of totalitarian dictatorships. That is why I'm here. It is not to take a picture in front of a Lamborghini in a shitty Gucci suit and act like I've made it. That's not making it. That is not making it. That is literally on the fast track to hell is what that is. And you've all seen it play out in a very tangible way here. And, you know, the real legacy that I'm trying to explain to anyone that is on the outside looking in, please, if you don't have the ability to have children, there's a lot of kids that would love to be adopted by good people. There's a lot of really good kids out there that would have a lot of love come to their heart by finding a family. My wife was one of those kids, right? And there's not much love given to kids that need to find an adoptee. So if you have room and you have that room in your heart and monetarily, please, for the love of God, reach out. Yeah, Willis, I am. He's a piece of shit. Now, here we go. We have this. This is a percentage of women responding to what is an unattractive hobby. This kind of gets crazy.
Get crypto off the damn ballot.
Yeah, this is crazy. We have reading, building models, stamps, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, right? magic tricks, arcade games, wargaming, video games is up there, comic books, cosplay, Magic the Gathering, BJ, shots fired,
Hey.
anime,
Hey.
and then crypto.
Hey.
Crypto is nearly the most unattractive hobby out there, apparently, to women that are looking for a mate. I mean, what are you going to do about this, Isaac? You're falling into what, anime and crypto? Do you have Funkos as well?
And I play Magic the Gathering.
Oh,
okay,
man,
where I'm
done.
just here. Let me spell it out for you. I'm fucked. Okay, I'm fucked.
I mean, you're gonna be fine. You just stay in the gym, stay based. You're gonna be the one that because the women, they're looking around and all they see is squishies, right? The women, all they see is these men that are like very squishy looking, that don't stand for anything, that can't protect them if someone comes in.
Very fair.
I think that you got an upper hand in this. Hard to believe though, that crypto is one of the most unattractive things to do. Oh my god! And thank you $0 Giro for gifting the Memby, dude. K-Jam was able to pick up, and K-Jam, I just want to give you a huge shout out. K-Jam, you also made me smile in a big way. I saw you go through all of our Rumble channel shows and you commented on them, you liked them, and you pushed us forward in that algorithm as well, dude. I really, really, really appreciate your support in that, brother, because we're trying our asses off to build our Rumble stature up as quickly as possible. Now, this is going to get scary. Binance seized all Palestinian assets at Israel's request. Now, I don't think it was all Palestinian assets, but I do believe that it was targeted to kind of powerful people within that regime. And it is being rumored that it was done to the request of the ventriloquists. So now we get in a conversation. Why was crypto invented, you guys? Was it to stop these massive nation states from controlling our financial movements into a final portion of control? Because we kind of have fallen right into their hands. If you really look at it, this situation of centralization has basically taken control of crypto. We are now married to TradFi, Wall Street, and I don't know if there really is any stopping it unless a big break happens. But we got to be very serious about taking the asset off the exchange and put it in a cold storage wallet. That's what we do. That's how we push back against it, is if we as individuals, as sovereign-based gigachads, get it off the exchange, put it in an Arculus cold storage wallet, use code BASE10. You can support me, you can support humanity. Make them feel the pain of the scarcity that is within Bitcoin by becoming your own bank. Now, speaking of centralized systems that have gone to the moon, Ton has shut off overnight, and it looks like it is back to operation. This is from Mind Your Biz. I will be going live with Mind Your Biz and the boys today at 4 p.m. as well to talk about the Third World Championship. Make sure you follow that and show out for that show. Memes undefeated. We have Ton back up. Let's check out the price graph on Ton Coin here real quick. Let's see here. So Ton, bam. Because I felt like I might get some off 2-bit here in a minute, but here's the price graph on Ton Coin. I was talking about it with FD White earlier this week. Massive sell-off on the outage, and now it is back to operation. Ton, I think, is still going to be a pretty mainstay player in the stage. Don't think it's going to zero by any means, but something chaotic within it is Hamster Combat, one of the most popular games on Telegram, has also launched its hamster token on Ton. It's going to be doing this September 26th. It's August 28th right now, so we got about a month until this. And an airdrop to the players, Hamster Combat, claims to have attracted 300 million players. Iranian government even criticized the game because of its citizens' addiction to the game. Iran is pretty upset because people are addicted to Telegram, just tapping the phone, playing a little hamster game that is apparently rumored to be giving you an airdrop for being part of its ecosystem. Pretty damn cool to see. And shout out to Woo Blockchain, a great source. Now we have this, the SEC issuing a Wells notice to OpenSea, classifying NFTs on the platform that they are securities. Oh, great. Woo. So if NFTs weren't already beat down enough, down bad. Okay, I mean, I know a lot of people that are holding NFT bags that are just crushed, soulless. They look like the guy on the thumbnail today. Now you have to deal with the SEC issuing a Wells notice to the largest operator of NFTs, OpenSea, classifying that they are NFTs or securities. Not great. It kind of feels like a last-ditch effort from the SEC. It kind of feels like the SEC is just doing as much destruction and arbitrage as they can on their way out. Careful, offering $2 to my stepmother may show IP. Oh my God, Sack Nasty, you are uncontrollable. Sack Nasty, I think, has multiple accounts now. I think I've seen Sack Nasty stepmom in the chat as well.
Yep. Just wait till the stepdad.
Oh God, his
Let's
stepdad's
go.
coming out.
I don't know. I just gave him a brilliant idea.
Oh my God, this is terrible. Now we have this. MakerDAO is now Sky as a $7 billion crypto lender rolls out a new stablecoin governance token. Let's read into this a little bit more. So they released this on Tuesday. The protocol, which $7 billion in assets, will introduce new versions of its $5 billion stablecoin DAI as a governance token maker called the USDS stablecoin and the Sky governance token. DAI and Maker will stay in circulation unchanged, with new tokens existing in parallel. Token holders will be able to exchange DAI tokens one-to-one for USDS, while each Maker token can be swapped for 28,000 Sky tokens. The new tokens will be issued September 18th, and holders can voluntarily choose to keep old tokens or exchange their old ones for new ones. Very, very interesting. Pretty dang big news. Sky stars also in this are independent decentralized projects within the Sky ecosystem that are designed to enable focused, fast-moving innovations and expansion, serve gateways for the Sky protocol. There's some interesting takes on this now. Because if you remember, DAI and MakerDAO, they kind of were at the front end of offering treasuries on the blockchain. This is from Adam Cochran. The reality is, if you want a T-bill yield backing, even by secondary treasury deals, you're going to have to freeze functions and a VPN jurisdiction blocker, a trade-off the industry needs to decide on, because you can't reap the benefits of the US TradFi system without its rule set. Either decentralized and you're on your own, or you adopt the Treasury Department stick and get the carrot. That is a very, very reasonable take. And that is a larger conversation on the fear that I see happening on a larger time frame for crypto. We sit here and watch BlackRock. Yay, I'm checking on this trade here real quick. We're at like 58,800 right now. Have my stop loss pretty close to this, so we're gonna see if we can get stopped out. It's basically under this volume node. Going to be interesting to ride that lightning. Now, we're talking about Adam Cochran in this take. We're basically cooked. If we love all of this BlackRock initiative and just watch BlackRock buy up all the Bitcoin in a short term over the next few years, they have a control of supply. You have the American government own the supply. Then the average person, middle class, lower class, that aren't here watching this show right now, that missed out because you didn't share the damn show, didn't hit the like button, they're cooked, you guys. That's why we got to get this information out to them right now and get their Bitcoin on a cold storage in very, very fast movements. And this also take from Ruin, responding to all this, because we had a lot of people talking about USDS here. Misleading. DAI will continue to function just as before and still can be used. Upgrading to USDS is optional and it is only USDS that will have a freeze function. DAI is immutable smart contracts that cannot be altered. So it is a very, very important note when we're talking about all the fear about this. It will be optional for people to roll their assets into this, and they can still operate just on the DAI. Good old-fashioned smart contract that cannot be altered. Good note to take. Now we're talking about this. Speaking of pain, speaking of guts on the floor, Cardano. Come on, Cardano. I saw in the chat, is Charles Hoskinson missing? They said that Charles Hoskinson been missing for 4 days.
I don't remember who said it, but someone did say that.
Really?
Yeah.
We need to. Where in the world is Chucky Ho Ho?
I don't know where Chuck Ho Ho is.
Where are you, bro? Cardano's chain upgrade has been postponed. This is from Lark Davis. Absolutely awesome guy. This massive upgrade is set to send Cardano into a whole new era of downward price action, because every time they do an upgrade, the price falls. What is the chain upgrade? What caused the delay? And what does it mean for Cardano moving forward? He goes over it in his latest video, but we're also going to be bringing on Biscuit Jesus because I want BJ on the show. He's involved with the Chang upgrade, and it is it's not the best thing to be going on. And on the price action, also not the best situation here. We have Cardano sitting here at 35 cents. Let's see here. It's probably on 2-bit too. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so we got access to Cardano on 2-bit. Actually, I kind of feel like maybe I might want to build out a little position before. I need to build a position of ADA in the 30s before November. And we are at that point right now. You can see I'm backed up to the 4-hour. It's sat here. It punched down to 27 cents. And we still have the Chang FUD to get out of. So I might get another chance at that 27-cent level. But really, I'll be targeting adding and building a ADA bag out at around a 30-cent flat level. That is the greedy entry point I want to find. So I'm going to set some limit orders on my 2-bit account to get access to an ADA bag in the 30-cent range. And if you're not trading with us on 2-bit, you can go ahead, click the link down in the description, use our referral code. They got some great incentives for new people coming to the God, did I just say BJ is Mr. X? Oh my God, Willis, you are the chaos that the world needs. No, I don't think that's true. And honestly, that Mr. X person, terrible advice. Terrible advice. I've heard it for years and it is absolute garbage. Drew, Tia is dot better returns. Tia or dot better returns. I would actually think they're going to be pretty equal. I think that Cardano and Polkadot, they're trying to make the move for building out a larger infrastructure of interoperability, which sure, it's not sexy right now. You have Solana memes going to the moon and then falling to zero. But people are underselling the interoperability capabilities of both ADA and Polkadot. And I keep saying this till the cows come home. People need to stop fudding this. And also, it's also why I like DPIN projects and the larger play for data integrity. So I love having a channel partner like Polkadot that is focused on building the groundwork for things at a base level before trying to release this kraken of all this. Like meme coins are just crushing people's expectation because people see these, meme kids and the NFT kids posting these parabolic charts. And then you never hear about the project again. Guess what? That's why, because it goes to zero and they don't want to acknowledge that just happened. And I think that DOT, ADA are more long-term, stabler plays for the market. And I really, really appreciate them as a channel partner for that. So now, what else do I got here? It's 2:53. We didn't get through all this stuff. We got a lot to go through here. $2.1 billion worth of tokens to be unlocked in September. Great. If the market pullback wasn't enough, we got some unlocks coming here. So Aptos with 76 mil. Sui with 69 mil worth of tokens unlocked. Arbitrum, God, that is gonna. Okay, so 48 mil worth of Arbitrum. IMX with 45 mil. Zeta 28 mil. ID 28. Velo with a 26 mil. Starknet 23 mil. Mocha and Neon all coming right around 20 mil. So these are the token unlocks to keep an eye on for the month of September. We're right around the corner from the month of September. And I do wait to get an entry point on anything with an airdrop until not an airdrop, but a token release until basically a week after it. So if you're out there and you're holding these things or you're looking to get in like myself, I'm going to be taking the situation as let the unlock happen, let a little bit of price action, figure out what it's going to do for about a week or two before I keep building those positions. Now we got this. This is what's making me erect today. AVAX ETP is launching on Grayscale. We covered this before, and Franklin Templeton is expanding its treasuries RWAs onto Avalanche. Avalanche is finally moving hard-sidedly into this, and I absolutely love this. And good correction, it's Velo, not Velodrome. Thank you for that, Mr. Mark. RWAs coming to the table for Avalanche, a size of 424 million RWAs, while BlackRock's Biddle is at 500 million. Ondo seems to be leading treasury RWAs right now. Maker and Centrifuge are also making moves towards that direction. Big pieces of it. But finally, we see some hard-sided info on how Avalanche is going to come slamming into the market. And honestly, I see a lot of rumblings for Avalanche, and I am a major believer that Avalanche is going to be one of the best performing layer ones that we can hold going into this bull market. I absolutely love my Avalanche bag. Bought it at like $10, mooned up to like $52 is when I took a bunch of profits out of it. Now I have a moon bag that is probably 10% of the original portfolio. Still with a few grand, and I am very excited to stack more Avalanche now that we've had this massive price reset. Everything has kind of recentered itself. Where is the price on Avalanche here? God, I feel like I got to be watching these markets pretty closely right now. $23.96 So we got, again, this is just a view for anyone that hasn't looked at the longer term time frames. This is a full price reset, folks, and it feels damn good. It feels damn good. I'm seeing higher lows on that level of support. This is the Japanese yen trade that got a real strong test on the markets. But something very bullish for altcoins at large that I've noticed is, despite this massive pullback on Bitcoin that we saw go down to like 57 and some change over the past 24 hours, altcoins outside of Ethereum have died less, meaning in my mind that we're getting closer and closer to an actual alt season. And the main one, my main baby, my main squeeze is Chainlink. Let's see how Chainlink reacted to all this blood and guts on the markets. Not bad. Not bad. Down 2%. Not a big deal. And the reason why I'm excited about this is we saw these just gut-wrenching, huge pullbacks when Bitcoin had a sneeze. But guess what? Now, Chainlink, AVAX, all these other layer ones that I'm the most bullish on are dying less. And it means that the opportunity zones, one, getting close to going away. I still feel like we got until November, but the altcoins are showing a little bit more strength in the headwinds of the Bitcoin pullbacks, which is very, very good, and more confluence that bull market Bitcoin dominance time frame is true and tried. Another one I want to check out, because I do actually feel like buying more DAG at these levels. This one had a haircut of about 10% today. We're at 2.2 cents on it. But honestly, I'm looking at this. We're in the red. We're in opportunity zone. DAG is a more data encryption focused, a more actual working relationship with the Department of Defense, the Navy, the Air Force. And I think that there is a literal use case that is going to be very, very strong, especially because we're heading into a third world championship. Where do you think all of the money from the DoD is going to go? It's going to go into the next versions of conflict, which is cyber conflict. And that is why I love this project. I know that there's all kinds of, barnacles on the ship of the ISO token narrative that are trying to lean into this advantage that DAG has. But honestly, Constellation DAG, one of the first, if not the first, direct to cyclic graphs to come out with a very good track record in history. This project has been around for a while, folks. It's been around since 2018, and it had a very, very strong run during our past bull market. You do a flash view on the market cap to price, inflation not causing a sickness within it. Still has about like 23% of the tokens to release, but honestly, it's pretty well past those headwinds. And I feel damn good about my DAG bag. I love DAGs. Absolutely love it. Tongue coin stopped again. No way, bro. Tongue coin just stopped again. We need that in the chat. If you can, drop that in the chat. That is nuts. I wonder what the price is doing if that is the case. Let's check out the price. You know, the price always tells the action. Well, probably not going to show anything if its price is stopped right here. Are you raw dogging into Twitter?
Yeah,
right now you're checking it on Twitter. We got to get this. We got to get this. And that uphold is where I wonder if 2bit has access to this. Wonder if 2bit has it. Let me see here, because this is something we could actually ask 2bit.
Yeah.
Did it really?
Yeah, 3 minutes ago.
Guys, we need to ask 2bit to get DAG on its access points there, because that would be huge. That would be huge. It's only on uphold. That would be very, very, very bullish if we get access to this on 2bit as well. God, so it looks like Tongue Coin did stop again, Isaac?
Yeah, let me read this real quick.
Yeah.
Telegram's TON blockchain stops processing transactions again after going offline for 7 hours yesterday. This came out 4 minutes ago by Crypto Amon.
Damn.
So Yeah, we're
That's
stopped again.
not great. That is not great. Okay, we got to keep this in context though. Solana's gone down like 10 times.
Correct.
So, and then the only proof of stake system I feel like that's, in the top 10 or even top 20 that really has no downtime ever, Cardano. Look at the price though. Cardano's price is not showing its strength as far as a actually consistently operating blockchain. Yet Solana Moons goes from like $8 to $200 in accumulation market. We're not even in the actual portion of the bull market, in my opinion. This might be a Sol 2.0 like Sack Nasty's saying, but is that bullish? Right?
Is
that
it bullish or is it bearish?
I don't know. I mean, we've seen some kind of Near also hasn't gone down. That's a good point. I love Near. I love my Near bags. Now, will Toncoin fall further? Because it did fall out of the top 10 recently. Let's check out the top 10 right now, see what we're looking at here. Let's see here. Toncoin in number 9 right now. Look at that. So it's actually still holding on. Will Ton fall out of the top 10 from the second outage? And it did get reported, not verified, that their Pavel fella got released.
That is true. That was, I believe that was fake news.
Did they confirm that Pavel was released?
I got no confirmation that Pavel was released.
We saw some like videos of him driving out of the consulate in some vehicle, but I don't think it's been verified yet. That's why I'm being careful about that news. But it does look like Macron might have released Pavel, so we'll see about that. Man, what a crazy day in the markets. Where are we at on the trades here? Holy shit! Hey, all right. Where are we at here? Let's just close it. I'm going to close in profit so I can work out easy. Let's just close it.
Okay, I got
Nice.
some news
I like
on Pavel over here.
Yeah.
Telegram CEO Pavel Durov has been released from jail and transferred to a French court where the decision will be made whether to indict him on the charge.
Indict him, young man.
Indict. I don't give a shit.
Indict.
Indict him on the charges against himself. This is a developing story. Yep, that's right. You heard it here first from Conservation Brief. Yes, I don't speak good English. Fuck off.
I loved it. Himself. Very, very interesting. Well, thanks for breaking getting the breaking news information.
Yeah, I
for me.
tried.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. That's very useful. Internet money is fake, guys. Come on. Claps. You're right. It's funny money that turns into hilarious money. And is your dollar real? Is any of this psyop that we live real? Am I real? I am questioning that sometimes. Indict. I like that. I like that. Darn youngins need to learn their goddamn vocabularies. Unbelievable. Son of a gun. Well, it's time for us to
hopefully deadlift.
It's time for us to go work out. So we're going to go send it. And then I'm going to be back live with Rice, Mind Your Biz, and Crypto Blood at 4 p.m. today. And then we do have a Twitter space at 8:30 p.m. tonight. It's going to be huge. Isaac, are you going to be there?
I am going to be there. I'll see y'all there.
All right, then. Well, we're going to go send it. It's going to be a fast moving day, y'all. And also, I'm going to be asking you some questions about potential showtime moves. I might have to move the show to a different time frame, and I want the community's insight on what day I should move it to. And also, we have a Black Site only membership. So if you're signing up for the Black Site memberships, me and Vet are coming to you live with a very, very serious conversation about our country and all of the things that are happening on it at 8 p.m. Sunday this weekend. And we're going to be coming out every Sunday at 8 p.m. for Black Site members only. If you're supporting this channel as a foundational member of the Black Site, we're going to have that one-on-one talk with you, and we're going to be able to say the nasty that no one else can bring on YouTube. So please support us. Please be there for that video, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.